3-year-old Sierra Jacobson met Petie at a critical time in her young life, recovering from a stroke after her 3rd open-heart surgery. The therapy sessions Sierra had to endure were long and painful. She hated going to the Children's Hospital in Akron. All that changed the day she met Petie.
Sue and Kim, they asked me if I wanted to ride, and I said yes, and they put me on in a ride, and then after therapy, I always get to go and go in. How about with Petie and ride him?
It was an instant relationship between the two of them. She wasn't backed off at all. She wasn't afraid. She just marched right over there and started petting him. And he right away, nuzzled her. Just go ahead and do it. Hi, Bonnie.
Give me a little kiss.
Just knowing Petie was waiting for her motivated Sierra to make it through one more difficult therapy appointment.
At one point, Petie's schedule got turned around by the hospital. Well, so then we had to totally rearrange our therapy schedule because she had to have Petie there to go to therapy.
After therapy, Mom let me go see Petie, and it made my therapy more fun.
All right, what do you say? Loud.
Waka.
Petie gave Sierra a magic ticket that took her away from, the everyday doctors, surgeries, pain.
Big hug.
Today, with Petie's help, Sierra, now 6 years old, has made an amazing recovery from her stroke, physically and emotionally.
At the time that Sierra met Petie, he was quite a bit larger than she was. She was very little tight, didn't even weigh 20 pounds. And for her, because she was born with her heart defect, she's always been very weak and very frail and very slight in nature. And so with her, just the self-confidence that she's got the ability to, control something that's bigger and more powerful than she is.
He really is a gifted pony, and that's nothing that we trained him to do. He came with that. He's just blessed.
These days, Sierra's a member of the Victory Gallop family. She's a regular in the therapeutic riding program. And now she rides Rico, one of the biggest horses in the stable.
She walks right in the tack room, gets her helmet, puts her vest on, grabs her brushes, can almost tack her horse up by herself except for her size.
Okay, you're too heavy. I'm not done.
I'll never forget the first day she rode Rico totally by herself. Here was this little tiny thing commanding this horse, and he just was doing everything she told him to do. It was just a wonderful thing to see that she had that much self-confidence.
And her pride shows. These days, she's Richard's right-hand helper when Petie visits other children at the hospital.
I'd give her the little end of the sort of the knotted end of the lead rope, and I said, come on, you want to help me lead the horses? And I'd help her. And so then she was totally hooked.
She goes now purely for the love of it and to give back. And I think whether she cognitively thinks about it, but I think subconsciously it's like, here's people who walk in the shoes that I used to walk in. And now, she has a chance to give back something that was given to her. Like passing along the gift, like it's the torch. Pass the torch along.
Just like when Petie and Sierra first met a few years ago, Petie brings his special gift to all the children who meet him.
He's never in a hurry. His eyes kind of are the big brown liquid eyes that just kind of welcome a person into their world.
But he wouldn't hurt me.
Absolutely, he won't hurt you at all. He won't hurt you at all. Here, take my hand. Reach Nope, he's just going to walk with me or take her hand.
He's a very good listener for a frail child. That gives them the feeling that they aren't as weak or frail as they might think they are.
He's turning his head trying to see you.
I have you.
He says he's
I want you to
glad
hold
to
on to
see
this
you.
right here. Gives them a little bit of joy in their day, and he brings smiles to so many kids' faces. And he just has this sense of just knowing when he's with the children that he's just a calming influence.
Petie makes his way through the maze of hospital corridors in search of those children who aren't able to come to him.
I'll bring him over to the bed, and Petie will sort of look in the bed, and he'll sort of lower his head down. So his nose will be almost on the blanket of the bed, to be able for the child to be able to just reach out and pat Petie.
He's a nice pony. He's so gentle.
Isn't he nice? He's fine.
We go to the cancer ward sometimes and see these children and everything, and I'm just glad. I think she's getting an education, and it's something that most kids are not exposed to.
There's a little boy. He just came up to Petie all wide-eyed, and he just looked up at him, and all of a sudden he just reached up and he touched his nose, and then he just got so comfortable there, he just sat down.
A lot of people ask me, why does this work? Well, I think it's magical. It's always amazing to me, and it always brings tears to my eyes when I see the relationship that these kids get with the animals and how different horses touch different children.
Can you reach the top of Petie?
Because of everyone at Victory Gallop, Sierra's life is full of activity and excitement.
Catch up. Come on, Ditto.
And although she is still fragile, the love Sierra shares with Petie helps her become stronger every day.
He has helped heal her physically, emotionally, spiritually. He's given her compassion and I think patience. He's just brought her a long way. Petie is just awesome.